Hey, this is Chaquis Maliq, and I'm downtown with So Exquisite Charleston magazine. I'm Chaquis Maliq, and I am the Essential Soul one-woman band. And Essential Soul comes from me just being eccentric and always being soulful. And I'm the one-woman band because I play multiple instruments at one time and I sing. And the first instrument is my voice, and then I play the guitar, and I also play the cajon as my kick drum or bass drum. And I use foot instruments like the foot tambourine. I'm originally from San Francisco, California. That's where I was born and raised. I moved to the East Coast in 2003. I've lived in Virginia. I've lived in Maryland. And I performed in DC when I first got started. So we call that area the DMV. And I've traveled a lot of places. I haven't been across the globe yet, but my background in music is really, both sides of my family are musically inclined. So I kind of have like no choice. It didn't cancel out when it got to me. And I believe that I have purpose with my music. People have told me how I make them feel, and it motivates me to keep writing so that I can inspire them to be a better them, as I do while I'm creating music and growing myself. I didn't really find myself musically until I picked up the guitar. Before, it was kind of like just trying to figure it out for a few years, just making music with music equipment that I had, programming, but I wasn't using any instruments, although I have background playing the piano. So, but once I picked up the guitar, my voice got better. I kind of like found my own voice, because before I would just mimic people, kind of like more like an Eddie Murphy thing and other comedians. But when I picked up the guitar, it kind of like honed my vocals and steered me in the right direction of finding myself, my sound, and what I have today, the one-woman band. So I think it's pretty cool. It was a journey, but people go through that in life to find themselves anyway. But at the same time, you still have to find your mission and your niche, despite whatever is going on in your life. And I think that if it's with music, or if it's with you being a poet or you're a speaker, you still have to find. So during my musical journey, the first project I had was the Demonstration Volume 1, which was really like my version of a mixtape, because it had samples. But I chose to do it in a different way. I made it sound live because I was trying to attract a live band for me to perform with. And then it got to the point where you can't always rely on a band. So with the next project, I ended up putting out the project in pre-production because I had some musicians who could not make it to the recording session at the last minute, even though I had it booked already. So I ended up putting out Veracity. Veracity was more of a storytelling, and just I rap on there, I do some poetry, and I'm singing. I got a lot of arrangements. It might be too many arrangements for some people, but it's because of what I'm influenced by, and you hear it in my music. And then the next project, was Harmonies in Me, which is what I promote now. And it's my first project with the guitar, Mr. Maliq, my acoustic guitar. That's who you see me with the majority of the time. And then I'm moving on now to this upcoming project. I'm not going to say the name yet, but I'm playing the electric guitar on that project, and I'm still doing production. I still haven't gotten to the live aspect yet, but I'll get there. And it's more of emotions and what's going on with the world, and some of it may be songs that I've written years ago, but I still feel the same way. And a lot of times with music needs to be released at a certain time. So, I think the way I'm evolving on camera in front of people live. It's pretty cool. It's hard, but it just goes to show that I'm needed. My music is needed, and I'm happy about that, and I'm excited to present more music to the world. My musical influences change all the time, just like my music and my hair, my style, and everything. But right now, I would say Solange, Mick Jenkins, if you've heard of him. He's from Chicago, and it's always going to be Earth, Wind and Fire, Al Green, those type of people. But anything that's soulful, really, I'm always influenced by the authenticity of soul music. I mean, whether it's the rock and roll era, which we started, of course, but you know, anything with soul and is speaking the truth, and I can feel what you're saying, I'm influenced by it. And most people probably hear it in my music. A lot of people try to compare me to this person, to that person, and then it becomes a list. So that's why I'm like, my musical influence is all over the place, but those are the people that I'm interested in listening to a lot right now, is Mick Jenkins and Solange. What makes a great song to me, whether I'm making it or another artist has made it, is really, to me, is not necessarily the production. A lot of times the production can be off-putting, but if it's too much production, then we can't hear, you know, what's going on in the song. What is the song about? So, you know, a song is about the lyrics and the music, so they have to, you know, come together and be married, and not necessarily, you know, let's have this crazy track and then there's a voice hiding behind it, you know. So for me, when I'm listening to a song or making a song, it has to feel like this just came out of their heart and they recorded it. And a lot of times that's really what I do. You know, with the guitar, I'm creating the song as I go along, as opposed to, oh, I have a programmed track, I'm going to write this, and then we're going to write that, and then I'm going to write this. To me, that's not a song, that's a program. You know what I mean? So to make a song that everybody's going to feel, it has to be from the heart. Whether you start singing it first and the music come later, or if it comes together all at once. But to me, those are the best songs, and they don't take 2 years to work on one song. A song can be done in a day or two, and you just have to listen to your heart for it. So, but that comes out in the music. But that's how you make a great song.